Welcome to Psych Dive by Hash and Slash. You play as Ellie, a trainee psychologist who is tasked with going into people's minds with some brand new fancy technology to help them from the inside out. We will start off in our tutorial area, where the basics of the game is taught to the player. We have two main mechanics, combat and emotions. We will start off with the emotions. As you can see, we have 4 emotion orbs to the right of our screen. Each of these orbs can be interacted with the E button. We have just picked up a joy orb. A joy orb lets you attack and perform actions faster. This has an increased action speed, but your stamina will drain faster. We then move on to anger, which makes you strong like the Hulk, but then you move slower. We then move on to sadness, which makes the player have more endurance. You move slower, but you also have a decreased stamina. We then move on to fear, which lets you run really fast with enemies. That increases your movement speed. Also, it has a reduced damage to the player. We also have 2 packs here. We have an HP pack and a stamina pack. These are used to respectively buff up the stats respectively. To get past these books, we must attack them. We have now come to the mania, also known as joy area of the tutorial. We can use the joy motion by pressing 1 on our keyboard to really move fast. You may be wondering why the character and the enemies become transparent when they are attacked. We have implemented this simple cooldown just to avoid mass attacking and damage taken by the player, which can become quite frustrating, especially when we come across large amounts of enemies. We can also use joy to quickly go through all of these books and pick up the health pack. Oh, we have one more enemy here. As you can see, we just blocked the attack of this enemy, which uses the stamina. Also has a reduced knockback. Let's move on to anger. As said earlier, we can use right click to block an attack from an enemy. You can see it used up some of our emotion, and our knockback was a lot less. We can press 2 on our keyboard to go Hulk mode and just start smashing the enemy. Looks like we land on HP again, so let's use the health pack. We can now, as you can see, our emotion is draining down. We have none left. But if we go back and pick up this anger orb dropped by the other enemy, we have more anger. If you're feeling overwhelmed in the game by all the emotions, you can simply breathe. So let's trigger our anger emotion. And let's just say we don't really like anger at all, so we can hold left shift. And this calms the player down, getting them back into a neutral state. Let's keep attacking his enemy to get through to the rest of the tutorial. We're now through to the sad section of the game. We can trigger sad, and as you can see it makes us go really. As you can see with the sadness, we can go slower, but we also get reduced damage. Let's breathe, we don't really want to be sad anymore, but let's pick up the sad emotion anyway. We can dash, as you can see, which uses up some emotions. Sorry, some stamina. Let's get through this enemy here by using the angry emotion. I'm finished using anger, so let's breathe. Let's continue our dashing. We're now through Fear, which lets you run really fast. Another perk with Fear is that since you run fast, you can dash to the enemies to avoid them. Let's pick up the health and the stamina packs. Let's dash to this enemy. Now we have come to the end of the tutorial level. Now let's show you one of our other levels. Here we have a hub of sorts, but this is not important. We're going to go to our menu, select area, and we're going to go to Gracie's Mind. Because Gracie's Mind is where we really showed some of the improvements and variations of the enemy. So as you can see, we have our base enemy, which we call Bull. This Bull is angry. So let's take Angry Bull out. That was quite some knockback though. But let's get finished with Bull. Yay, we've taken up Bull. We get the angry emotion. We then see here we have a Joy enemy, which will use our anger to quickly take him out. Let's pick up this health, we are a bit low. Let's attack the sad enemy. Each enemy with their respective emotions also have the perks of the emotions that the player has. So you can see that the fear enemy could move way faster. Also does less damage. We now come on to our first variation of an enemy, which we like to call the eyeball. The eyeball shoots projectiles at the player. We then have Brainy. Once Brainy gets close enough to the player, it explodes. Yep, there, see, Brainy is about to explode. And if we were close to this, to that explosion, we would have taken more damage. See, there, as you can see, a Brainy exploded, and we took a large amount of damage. Thank you for watching our video about Psyche. We hope you appreciated our little gameplay demo.